All right, for commodities market update, we have Desola Simoni, senior analyst at financial derivatives company, joining me via Zoom. Great to have you on the show, Desola.
Thank you for having me on the show, Ladi. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so how you see it? We see the Naira there appreciating at the close of trade yesterday, even though we had the day one of industrial action.
So I think that is due to like a few factors. Number one is the central bank's intervention in the market. In the month of May, we saw the largest intervention year to date. The central bank sold around 575 million into the market in the month of May, which is more than what we saw in the previous 2 months, which was April and March combined. So that kind of improved liquidity in the market. We also saw the new rules where the central bank now allows international oil companies to sell some of their dollars to the FX markets. Previously, they were only allowed to sell those dollars to the central bank. So these two factors, I think, are helping improve liquidity in the market and helping to strengthen the Naira. However, if despite the 26% monetary policy rates, we are not yet seeing such huge inflows into the foreign portfolio market. We are not yet seeing as such foreign investment. I think foreign investors are still kind of they develop cold feet, I think, or they are just kind of taking a cautious approach towards investing in fixed income markets in Nigeria.
Right, and definitely we know Warren Buffett says invest when investors are fearful and run away when they get greedy. I guess there's no more fear. There's no more fear than this, at this point. Well, let's look at the global oil market. We're seeing weakness right there. WTI looking like it's going sub $70 at this point. Even Brent below $80. What's driving sentiment in that market?
Indeed, at the moment, I think the market is still trying to digest the news from OPEC Plus. Over the weekend, OPEC Plus had a meeting on their production cuts, and they agreed to extend the production cuts up until October. But after that, they will see some phased increase in output over the next 12 months. And this news was kind of welcomed with mixed reactions, with most analysts saying that this is bearish for the market, particularly because we are still in an high interest rate environment. The optics for oil demand is quite weak at the moment. And with, increase in supply, I think the outlook is looking quite bearish for oil prices, and analysts expect that oil prices will begin to trend downwards towards the end of the year.
All right, let's look at cocoa prices now. Before now, about a week ago, we saw prices were actually coming down really hard, but they're going back up again. What's driving them up?
Yeah, so this was driven mainly by technical factors. Essentially, we got a report from the International Cocoa Organization, showing larger than expected deficits in the global cocoa market, particularly coming from the two largest growers in West Africa, Ghana and Ivory Coast. We are seeing shortage of supply or production, shortage of supply and exports coming out of Ghana and Ivory Coast, and this is even larger than expected. In addition to that, we are also seeing. So that's the main factor. The report showed that production is down 12%. The outlook for production, we expect production to be down 12%. In addition to that, we also expect demand to be down by around 4% to around 4.4 million metric tons. So essentially, that's just the sentiment those are the factors driving sentiment in cocoa markets at the moment.
I guess that's a plus for Nigeria this time. We're also a cocoa producer. Even though the prices going down did impact the farmers here, but now we're seeing improvement there. Are our farmers positioned for this gain?
Indeed, yes, indeed. Nigerian cocoa farmers would stand to gain from higher cocoa prices, provided that they can meet the standard of exports, because the only way they will enjoy the only way they will reap the benefits of these higher cocoa prices if they can export these products and there are strict standards to be met. Previously, we had some issues with Nigeria's cocoa production in some of the growing regions. They were too small, they were substandard. There were issues around swollen shoot diseases, which kind of restricted output. But if they're able to meet the export standard and export, I think it's positive for Nigerian cocoa farmers.
Right, all right, definitely. It's day 2 of industrial action right here, and we're all hoping, they come to some kind of resolution, soon, so that this can end. But if it continues, this week, what's your outlook for the Naira? Does the CBN have enough to defend it, at this rate?
So I think the costs in terms of economic activity, it will be quite huge, I think. And I don't know, given, inflation at almost 30-year high, given, the tight interest rate environments, given slow GDP growth rate, I'm not sure if Nigerian economy is able to withstand this industrial action much longer, because right now, people are hungry. Soon they will be angry. And then if that anger persists, then it's going to lead to unrest. And we don't want it to get there. We don't want it to get there. So it is my hope, it is the hope of every Nigerian that, the labor union and the federal government can come into a resolution real quick that would involve some compromise on the part of both the federal government as well as the labor union to reach a resolution real quick, because at this point, I think the situation is quite desperate and is more dire than we think. All
right, we'll keep tracking to see if we'll have some kind of consensus, hopefully this week. Thank you so much. It was great having your perspective. Desola Sumoni, Senior Analyst at Financial Derivatives Company. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so definitely we're checking out the close for the market today. We'll see if bearish sentiment continues, or maybe the bull might actually make some kind of appearance today. That's it from me on Business Morning. We'll get a summary later today, and definitely looking at yesterday's close, that's for the NGX. We did see weakness even with volume, and we'll be seeing if investors might come with some kind of cherry-picking attitude there. We see volume there, 349.59 million. That was traded yesterday, but the value was more at 5.24 billion. Deals, 8,082. Much more than what we had last week, Friday. Now, if we also check the top trades for the market, we see the likes of Veritas Capital there, 57.95 million. That's what was traded yesterday. GTCO, 47.63 access score. So we see financial services again dominating most of the trades on the NGX yesterday. And we also keep an eye on the fixed income market at this time, knowing that when there's some kind of uncertainty, we see investors try to go to the safe haven. And right here, that's what we have, the fixed income market. And Mr. Chidoka did talk about 26%, about 25% being very attractive right now. No risk. Everyone's looking for, no risk, at this point. So definitely be interesting to see how the market reacts this week. I will definitely get a summary that's on Saturday on Capital Market. Most of the issues still unfolding at this time. What's going to happen with Labour and the federal government? What amount are they going to agree on at this time? Which one is closer to reality? We'll definitely find out. That's it from me on Business Mornings. Back to the Sunrise Daily team.